There have been 4 recent outbreaks in Henan, including one that occurred in the high schools there. According to the Epoch Times China, parents reported that since the beginning of the month, when new cases were only sporadic, the Chinese Communist Party locked down many districts in Henan. As a result, primary and secondary schools are all closed. Only high schools were functioning, but students and teachers must stay at school and cannot go home. Parents said that when the epidemic broke out in some schools, a large number of students in the school were isolated. The conditions at the quarantine points are deplorable. The positive and negative cases all stay in the same room. Schools move students to quarantine at different locations without notifying the parents. As a result, parents don't know where their children are to send them food, support, and necessities. Worried and disgruntled parents are calling on schools to send their children with negative test results back home to be isolated with their own families. Li Mei, pseudonym, a parent of a Yangling District No. 1 high school student, told the Epoch Times China on November 2nd that her child had a fever of 39 degrees Celsius twice in a row for 4 days. There are 8 students in one dormitory room. All of them have fevers. One of them is 40 degrees Celsius and was pulled away by the emergency ambulance. I know that there are more than 1,000 confirmed cases in the school. We still receive reports of 0 confirmed cases there. There should be 12,000 confirmed cases in the county now. Yangling County has been closed for 2 weeks. During this time, the school sent some students who showed symptoms of COVID home. Then many students all tested positive for COVID and were taken to isolation. From October 24th, the school locked down all 2nd and 3rd year students, including Li Mei's children. Li Mei said, from the previous day, October 31st, to today, November 2nd, my child's nucleic acid test result has not come out. He doesn't have a phone. There is a child in the dormitory who has a phone. The classmates use this only phone to contact their parents. According to Li, a lot of mineral water was piled up in front of the isolation point but still needs to be delivered, and the problem of drinking water for isolated students have not been solved for days. She said, eat dumplings with garlic, scallions, and cucumbers. It's cold, but they let the children eat those. 3 meals can be stomach full, but the nutrition is not enough. Li Mei added that there needs to be more personnel at the quarantine point. The students said they did not see a doctor or a volunteer. She affirmed that more than the number of doctors in a district would be needed to meet the needs of thousands of students. Parents are all asking to be volunteers, but the county won't allow it, possibly because they're afraid the parents will reveal the truth. So now they are betting on the lives of these children. Liu Fang, pseudonym, is another parent whose children attend Bohai No. 1 High School in Jiaozhou. Between 6,000 and 7,000 students are attending Bohai No. 1. Liu Fang said that there was an outbreak in the school on October 23rd, but the parents were not notified. By noon on the 30th, the school said that there were only 2 positive cases. What the school says is wrong. The kids tell me that the school is now the 2nd Foxconn, so don't believe what the teachers say. Liu's children are in their 2nd and 3rd high school years. She worries, the children brought clothes when they went to school on October 2nd. Now many children still have half-sleeved, thin clothes and thin quilts, and parents are not allowed to send clothes. According to Liu, the epidemic situation in Bohai district is dire. The entrance to her community has been locked with thick iron wire since October 7th. No one is allowed out. Some netizens have reposted a screenshot of a long article about the epidemic situation at the Bohai No. 1 middle school. According to the Epoch Times, similar reports have also come from Yuchang District High School parents with 4,000 to 5,000 children currently locked in the school. Dear viewers, our channel is now available on SafeChat. SafeChat is an online social platform that promotes free speech. Here, people can share truthful content quickly and securely. We will be presenting exclusive content on this platform, so please follow us on SafeChat for the fastest updates. SafeChat is now on Google Play and the App Store. The war between the 2 factions of the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, continues as the Xi faction is increasingly dominant, while the Jiang faction is being cornered and will use all its strength to fight back. According to Apollo News report on November 5th, on the opening day of the CCP's 20th Congress, a newspaper believed to be the media outlet of Jiang's faction published an article attacking the Xi faction's sore point. The article said that the Biden administration took advantage of CCP's 20th Congress to send a gift that is a ban aimed at taking China's chip industry back to the Stone Age. The article's content highlights the serious consequences of the U.S. government's order to restrict chip exports to China announced in early October. On October 26th, another newspaper, also believed to be from Jiang's faction, published an article questioning where China's chip industry will go after the U.S. ban. The second article pointed out that China's chip industry had many problems before the U.S. ban, from business management to corruption. Therefore, the U.S. ban will expose the Chinese chip industry to all its weaknesses. Developing the chip industry is a top priority of China's regime under Xi. So, Apollo News commented that these 2 articles about Jiang's faction were like 2 buckets of cold water thrown on Xi's faction. Commentator Li Yuxiang said that some netizens might be glad they found articles that helped them vent their anger in support of Xi's side. However, Li noted that Jiang faction is also seeking to vie for power. Li added that to see how good the Jiang faction is, look at its purged corrupt figures. For example, Zhou Yangkang or Bo Yilai. China is still sticking to its zero-COVID policy despite its impact on people's lives and the economy. The strict measures released by the government in the name of fighting and the pandemic have become an obsession for every citizen. On November 4th, the Haizhou District Epidemic Prevention and Control Headquarters of Guangzhou City announced that from 0-100 on November 5th to 2400 on November 7th, authorities will strictly control the movement of people in the Haizhou district. Accordingly, nucleic acid tests will be conducted for all residents. Non-essential businesses, dine-in services, and some transportation services will be suspended. After the Haizhou authorities' announcement, many people rushed to flee overnight. The Dajiyuan video shared on Gangjing World shows a long line of traffic jams due to vehicles leaving the city at 11:30 p.m. The mass escape of people have become a familiar image since the 20th National Congress, when the Beijing government said it would persist with the zero-COVID policy. When Jiang district in Wuhan City, Hubei province, declared 5 days of silence from November 1st to 5th, many locals hurried to purchase food and left the city at night on October 31st. In addition, there was an escape of many workers at the factory in Zhengzhou at the end of October when they were quarantined for many days and supplies were in short supply. Dear viewers, our channel is now available on SafeChat. SafeChat is an online social platform that promotes free speech. Here, people can share truthful content quickly and securely. We will be presenting exclusive content on this platform, so please follow us on SafeChat for the fastest updates. SafeChat is now on Google Play and the App Store.
Traveling through space can be a dizzying experience, even for veteran astronauts. But now a ticket to the air show gets you on board China's space station without having to leave gravity behind. Wang Xin is one of Tiangong's chief architects.
The
layout and facilities here are almost identical to what we have in space. For example, this is a manual control panel for the robotic arms, which are programmed to assist two astronauts in extravehicular tasks. In case of an emergency, a third astronaut can control the arms manually from inside the spacecraft.
To accommodate 6 crew members simultaneously, there are plenty of beds on board. Some come with views of planet Earth. Others are a bit more unconventional.
It might look odd from here, but in space, they won't feel the difference between up or down.
Oh, nice and warm. China's big dreams for space don't stop there. The current outpost is designed to last a decade, but it could expand beyond that. Analysts expect demand for the orbiting labs to increase when the International Space Station goes out of service.
These are docking points to connect cargo resupply vessels and crewed spacecraft. Our space station is upgradable and we hope to extend its lifespan by enhancing existing facilities. We have a T-shaped configuration now, but we can add another core and 2 more lab modules in the future.
Tiangong is the culmination of a 3-decade effort to achieve self-sufficiency in exploring the next frontier. As China aspires to build research bases on the Moon and Mars, this permanent display in the city of Zhuhai will offer a lasting tribute to the country's first home in space.
中共20大刚落幕，台湾问题再度成为核心焦点。面对中共文攻武吓，前联电董事长曹新成提醒台湾民众不可以掉以轻心。
我今天也来想提醒大家，像台湾面临的问题是一个核战存亡的问题，要希望大家对我们的处境要多一点了解， 多一点警觉。
与曹兴诚同场对谈的民进党苗栗县长候选人徐定珍表示，除了邀请曹兴诚分享产业智慧，更希望民众与曹董一样捍卫台湾、守护民主。
是要像曹董这样子，选县长就是要跟苗栗共存亡的决心了。
台湾人自己要有自己的本土意识，自己要自强。你不能像刚刚讲的，你自己就示弱了，那他当然很快就不客气了。
选战进入倒数阶段，苗栗县长候选人的民调呈现拉锯。徐定珍提到，民调起起伏伏，开票就知道结果。
对自己有信心吗？
我会当选，我会当选，苗栗会变天。72年来，这次会变天。
新唐亚太电视赖鸿钧、陈燕如，台湾苗栗采访报道。